Welcome to the STR Home Financing Podcast, where we believe a legacy is something you build, not just something you leave behind. And now, here's your host, Jeff Chisum.
Hey, this is Jeff Chisum with STR Home Financing. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to episode 55. I wanted to follow up on a message that I recently sent out to my database, inviting them to do a mortgage review. The news was rates went down. It got people's attention about refinancing. It's what we've all been waiting for, is that drop in the interest rates so we could refinance out of the deal that we've done within the past 1.5 years or so. I started out the message with a little story about my personal experience. That's the key, personal, my own mortgage loan, where my servicer, the company servicing my own personal loan, sent me a solicitation that they could refinance my loan. They could save me X amount of dollars. I was like, that's great. I appreciate them reaching out. I try to do that for my own clients to let them know that there's an opportunity. Here was their opportunity, is to add $20,000 in closing costs to my loan, and my break-even period would be 6.5 years. Reached out to the call center representative and asked him if he really thought this was a good idea. And he said, absolutely, this is a good idea. It's saving you money on a monthly basis. It's going to save you an interest. And I said, what about the $20,000 in debt that you're adding on to my loan? And it's going to take me 6.5 years to break even. And most people are either going to move or find a refinancing opportunity within 5 years. And I never told him who I was, but he kept telling me, what about the monthly savings? What about the monthly savings? He really wanted me to fixate and focus on that monthly savings and not see not just the big picture, but the short-term picture, and how really that was not financially to my advantage or a smart move. So one thing I want to clarify, in this voicemail that I sent to my database, I got quite a few people that asked my two team loan officers that were conducting these mortgage review calls that I was offering a $20,000 rebate. So a lesson in maybe laying out my story more clearly, even though I thought it was very clear. But also, we live in a Twitter world, or I should say X, Threads, whatever the case may be, where people are used to consuming things in bite-sized chunks. So the idea behind this podcast, I keep it 10 minutes or less so you really can focus in on the information. But that message, for some reason, people got out of it that I was offering a $20,000 rebate for refinancing their loan. No, that is not the case. No one out there is going to give anyone a $20,000 rebate for refinancing their loan. Now, what we are offering is to do a mortgage review. So, title of this podcast is, have you had your annual fiscal review? Last week, or within the past couple of weeks, I had a physical where I went to the doctor, got things checked out, discussed some things, and it was just such a relief. I hadn't had one in probably 3 or 4 years, but it was just such a relief to have a discussion about some of these things I was experiencing, maybe even a little bit concerned about, some things that I wanted to put in place as far as being able to optimally perform at a high level. And so we got those things in place. Gosh, I wish I would have done that probably a couple of years ago, or at least, and I will, moving forward, do that on a regular annual basis. None of that lingers. We can get things executed on faster. So same thing that we're offering with this mortgage review. Let's look at what you have, what you're looking to do, what the opportunities are, so you know where you stand, what the possibilities are. And it's just like my physical, PHYSICAL. You do that fiscal review, you're going to answer some questions that you didn't know or get answers to questions you didn't know. Maybe it's going to just put you in a position where you can execute on things. Maybe it's going to put you in a position where you can really reevaluate how things are structured. So maybe there's a better way of doing things. Maybe there's a better way of opportunity. But until you talk to a professional, like I talk to a physician instead of trying to Google everything, you're not gonna know for sure. So if you go to my website, strhomefinancing.com, go to the chat button, type in review. We'll get one of those reviews set up for you. But I think it's super crucial to people being able to move forward and not just flying by the seat of your pants, hoping that you fall into the right situation or put yourself in the right circumstances. I think it's a strategy. And again, it's about talking to a professional that can really help you on that. The other thing that I want to offer you is, if I can get past the microphone here, is my new callmymortgageguy.com t-shirt. So everybody's got a guy. I've got a guy. If someone asks me, do you have a plumber? Do you have an AC guy? Do you have an electrician? Do you have a handyman? Yeah. My response is, call my guy. So I would love to be, when someone asks you about a mortgage or you have your own needs, call my mortgage guy. And what we've done with that website is just eliminated phone tag from the equation. So, you may refer someone and they come back to you and say, I called your guy and he never called me back, or we've been playing phone tag. He just leaves me a message and says, call back. You can send someone to callmymortgageguy.com. They're going to be able to make an appointment, because most of the clients that I work with are very busy people, and we're in high demand as well. We don't run a call center. So my clients have appreciated this way of doing business, where you eliminate that phone tag, get that phone call on a calendar for a time when it's convenient for you, and people just appreciate that way of doing business. So go to my website, strhomefinancing.com, enter in t-shirt. I'll get you one of these t-shirts out, or put in review, and we'll make sure that we'll get a review set up for you. Do it. Take action. Be an action taker. Until next time.
Jeff Chisum is a registered mortgage loan officer with CMG Home Loans, NMLS ID 1820. CMG Home Loans is an equal housing lender. All programs, products, and terms discussed on this show are subject to change without notice.